Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Noisy Neighbours podcast. Tuesday evening, joined by my brother Christian. Christian, we've just done the City pod. How are you, mate? You
Dude,
feeling
that was
better?
going to be therapy. I feel like I really need to book a serious session in. This is awful. Can we just
Yeah.
cheer me up a bit and talk about United?
Yeah. Oh God. Well, yeah. This is when the serious therapy starts. Let's get straight into it. Manchester United lost, I think, their fifth home game out of their last six. To Crystal Palace, 2-0, another fucking shite game. And yeah, I mean, there's a few talking points from it. And then we'll want to get into the January transfer window, or lack of, from INEOS, and just what it actually means for us going forward. So the game itself, yeah, we had a reasonably good game on Thursday in the Europa League. Kobbie Mainoo finally played as a number 10, which I've been really desperate to do in this team. And we come to this weekend, and the Mr. Stubborn Amorim actually changes the team drastically from a good performance, which is great. So Kobbie Mainoo starts up front to squeeze back in Garnacho, the potential left winger for Man United, which is great. So lucky us, we got Garnacho back in on the left-hand side. It was fucking shit. And then Amad Diallo on the right, and then we had the usuals in all the other places. Ugarte, I think he's still running around fouling people now, to be honest, and missing the ball chasing, leaving spaces behind him. Picked up his usual yellow card. He's going to break. Oh, basically, if he makes 200 Premier League appearances, he will get 200 yellows. So I don't know what sort of bans he's going to get in his career.
He is good for a foul, that boy, isn't he?
We'll come to Ugarte. We'll come to the midfield. So yeah, look, Amorim changed it. I was really disappointed. I just didn't feel the need to change it. Look, I don't love Højlund and Xerxes, but I'll just put Garnacho down the middle. He does fuck all wherever he plays. Why move Mainoo? Because it is a big positional change that. You're going from number 10 to number 9, and he isn't at number 9, is he? And it's just like, he just I was really worried he was going to put him in centre mid. And I was like, please just leave him at number 10. Let him have a run there.
Yeah.
He doesn't put him in centre mid, he puts him fucking up top.
Yeah, I've got Alex.
What did you think?
It makes no sense, right? Because with a guy like Mainoo as well, he's had a bit of a tough year. He plays a really good game. The last thing you want to do, you want to build his confidence. I feel like you've just thrown into the wolves a little bit, because if he does anything other than score in that match, everyone's going to be like, no, he's not at it again. You're just creating a problem. Why didn't you just give him a run in his best position? Which at the moment, it does look like he's a number 10. I don't think he can be playing any further back. I just don't get... Bro, how do you go from Amorim? He's had the obsession with playing him as a 2, and then the next minute he's up front. It seems very erratic.
Yeah, well, this is it. I mean, he won't change some things, but then fucking hell, he'll just change everything.
You can go from CDM to striker.
Yeah, I mean, he won't change the system at all, even for 30 seconds, and he'll make sure he has 3/5 defenders on the pitch. Just shout out Gallo, by the way. That was up there with your most stupid performance. He took a throw in. It somehow went out for a throw in for them without touching anyone. And it wasn't one of them, where it doesn't go in play and you get another take. He actually somehow managed to swerve the fucking ball in, and it goes out for a throw in for them.
Oh my!
I think they're right back. It's interesting. I just want to touch on Crystal Palace's right back. Anybody watching this, any United fans, without looking up, bet you don't have a clue who started right back on Sunday for Crystal Palace. Bet they can't even name him. And you know who it was?
You're going to tell me he's had 50 United appearances or something?
No, he's just a nobody. I never even heard of him till Sunday.
Right.
Chris Richards. Shout out Chris Richards. Well done, mate. Let's have a look at his game. He played, right back, right centre-back. I think they went with our system and did it better than us, which is great. Just a random American soccer player, 24 years old, never seen him before. Basically didn't break a sweat with Garnacho because he is shit.
What do you think for the rest of the year with this United team? I mean, we spoke during the transfer window, and we were saying, like, what does the rest of the year look like if you do not go and sell a Garnacho or a Rashford, and then which would allow you to reinvest and spend big? What does the rest of the year look like? And honestly, I was watching I've seen the highlights of that Palace game, and I genuinely think these teams in and around United's position, they look levels above.
Yeah. Christian, we could lose every single game to the end of the season. I'm
Yeah.
not even joking. That if Amad Diallo gets injured, I am not joking. We could lose every single game, and if 29 points keeps us up, then we'll be the luckiest team on earth. INEOS deserve a relegation for what they've served us, and the Glazers for the ownership, and Ten Hag, and these players. It's fucking rotten. I'm telling you right now. How I've been saying it to you, been saying it to my mates all the time. It can't get any worse. At what
It
point?
can.
Yeah, as Mick McCarthy would say, it can. You know
Good old
what?
mate.
We go into transfer window. I just want anybody watching this, football fan, United fan, City fan, whatever. Can you please tell me how Manchester United enter a transfer window in January in crisis, 13th in the league, with a manager who plays a system that doesn't suit the players, and give him no players? In fact, you actually sell more players than you bring in.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing? At what point are we just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse till we get relegated? Because I tell you what, I mean, look, you probably think the bottom three will go down. I wouldn't rule out United coming 17th and surviving relegation by a few points. I'm being deadly serious. I'm not joking. This ownership, and look, I don't know the ins and outs, but all I do know is that Marcus Rashford and Anthony's salary probably comes to about 500 grand a week.
Yeah.
So even if we're covering a bit of that, surely that gives you 400 grand a week to get anyone in. We couldn't get anyone in. Couldn't get anybody in, a body. Couldn't get anyone in who might be better because we've got two strikers who ain't scored since fucking November. And,
The mad thing is, when we were talking about it, and we were almost being a bit pessimistic around the Tell signing on loan, but we were both like, you know what? It's a body for a body at least. You've not had Rashford in the fold anyway. He could bring something different. He actually might be good. And then to do nothing. Like you said, you freed up wages. There's no excuse. It's just a lack of... I mean, we were just talking about my club's lack of preparation, but United, mate, they take the absolute...
Christian, Matthias Tell is not the only player in Europe that's available.
I know.
Okay, let's let Twitter get fixated on it. We're Man United. We should have a team in place to bring people in. So, I know Bayern got a 10 mil loan fee. Did you know that from Spurs? I agree. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But Matthias Tell is not the only forward available in January. You could have gone and got fucking anyone. Why didn't you go and get Evan Ferguson from fucking Brighton?
I was just about to say Evan Ferguson.
Seriously, what the fuck are we doing? How can we keep just accepting this getting worse? We were talking about City, like we've just done City, haven't we? The sort of steady slipping in the recruitment. We're not steady slipping.
No.
We are getting significantly worse every window.
The ramping up pace.
I've got the proof. People talk about. Do you remember in the lockdown season when Ollie got us playing really well? Most enjoyable United when we had Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, Bruno, Pogba, Matic, right? And that front three were brilliant for a decent stretch. And then it comes to the end of the season, we come third, and then we start the next season, and Martial and Rashford aren't playing very well. Then we had the whole Greenwood saga. And it's like, right, Martial and Greenwood are not good. Martial and Rashford are not good enough, right? Which I agree, and I loved Martial. But I'm not stupid. I know we couldn't win a league with Martial as a starting forward, certainly towards the end. So what do? Okay, let's get rid of him. We now got rid of Rashford. Now we've got Højlund. Now we've got Garnacho starting. Right, I can't tell you how much worse Højlund is than Martial. Martial now would play, and he's physically fucking finished playing for AEK Athens. Xerxes is pushing. I mean, look, I think I've played on Sunday League players better than Xerxes, and I'm not fucking joking.
I think the thing is, Alex, just your opinion on this, right? So, well, not even your opinion, because I know your opinion. But for instance, we just spoke about my club and how we have ultimately replaced top-class players with players that they're not fit enough to lace their boots.
Yeah.
However, United, they're replacing players who were not good to begin with somehow even worse players. Yeah, that's the problem. You're replacing a Martial, and you're like, right, well, we can't really get... And I know you like Martial, but a lot of fans would say, we can't really get much worse. We never really saw him in a United shirt. Somehow they get worse. I don't know how they keep topping it. United have this mad ability to have a shocking player or a shocking signing. They go out and fucking better it. Højlund, right, we'll go and get Xerxes. No, do you prepare it? Like, are these guys... Who are your scouts?
seriously, I think I'm going to just wake up and it's all been a simulation on Football Manager because I, you could give AI 600 million and we would have been in a stronger position. And I know Ten
Yeah,
Hag was a div, but why didn't the club wrestle control? Why didn't INEOS sack him? Why do we? And the thing is, let's not move from INEOS. By the way, this team we did it we did it about a month ago on one of our first pods. This team scored 59 goals last year. I think it was. It was circa that anyway. 59
yeah.
goals. INEOS have signed 7 players, I think. First team players. I know they've got a couple of Arsenal's academy players in. Out of those 7 players, 6 of them are defensive. The 7th who isn't, fucking Xerxes. It's beyond. Another one, Patrick Dorgu. Okay, great. Yeah, we need a left back. Mate, we can't fucking score.
Yeah, exactly.
It's beyond negligence. You know what? I tell you what, and look, Amorim is not blameless, by the way. We'll come to Amorim in a minute. But part of me thinks he should just walk. He should fucking walk from this. You know what INEOS have come out and said? Via The Athletic, via little fucking media outlets. They've gone, we're comfortable with no more incomings. This is after they've got Rashford's salary off the books and Anthony's. We're comfortable. Comfortable. Well, I'm not comfortable. This is fucking dreadful. We're comfortable with no more incomings. We want to get our house in order for the summer. Well, what's the house? Is the house being blown up with C4? Because it's not in order at all. It's
Do you
fucking
think?
not.
Do you think with INEOS, like obviously United fans, you know better than me. You've gone through
Mm,
hell with the Glazers.
mm.
I said when you were getting INEOS in, I said it was a real bad move on United's part. Well, I mean, it wasn't even on United's part. You had no choice. Ultimately, the Glazers hit the jackpot because they were
Yeah,
like, we're going to still destroy this club, but we're just going to take less flack for it.
yeah.
And we'll give this idiot a front row seat, and he can take the flack.
No,
But
you're right.
do you think INEOS are actually aligned with the Glazers more than United fans, would
Mm.
hope or would fear? I suppose at this point,
I don't know.
do you
Look,
think INEOS genuinely have come in and they
no,
are really this knight in shining armor? Do you think
they're
they're
fucking
more
balls.
on
No,
the same page as the fucking Glazers, where they're
it's
after rinsing?
fucking bluffers, mate. I'm telling you right now. Let's just go through some headline points with this INEOS takeover. And they've not been making these sporting decisions for too long. But let's just go through them. Okay, so United have the worst season. Well, I mean, we keep fucking saying this, but it was the worst season. Ended with an FA Cup win. Whether people think Eric Ten Hag could tactically turn the fortunes of this club, he was the worst talent ID manager in the history of the game. And we have proof to back that up. I don't even mean the 90 mil Anthony. I'm talking Mazraoui starting number 10 over Amad Diallo, Garnacho and Rashford playing either side of Hoyland as if that's ever going to work. These
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous decisions. Buying a 5'7" centre back in the Prem. He's fucking signing a goalkeeper who can't save or catch the fucking ball that you had at Ajax. Don't be pointing the finger at United fans because he was good for Inter in the Champions League final. Because I haven't watched Andre Onana's career. You fucking had him as a coach.
No, not only that. The only two players he didn't manage to fucking sign from Ajax were Timber and Gravenberch, and they're actually both mint.
Amazing, I know. So anyway, they renew Ten Hag despite all the signs. I know people were like injuries and all that other fucking nonsense, but anyway, anybody could clearly see Ten Hag. Well, even if you thought he could recover it tactically, which he couldn't, the signings and the talent ID is just the worst we've ever seen. So they keep him. And then they go, you know what? We're actually going to take recruitment off you, which is already a negative step. Actually, before we keep you, we're going to interview half of Europe, including Thomas Tuchel. Then we're going to go crawling back to you. So, I bet you're a bit, lacking motivation. Yeah, of course you are. So then they go, oh, he's shit. Let's sack him. Oh, but first, out of the transfer window, we're going to give you 5 players and one of them's offensive. And we scored 59 goals last season. We're also going to sell Martial, Sancho, Greenwood. Right, great. Well, we've got worse then, haven't we? Because Hoyland ain't going to get any better and Garnacho shit. So what exactly is the plan in here? We're lucky that Amad Diallo didn't go out because I tell you what, if Ten Hag would have got to January, Diallo would have left this club. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad it would have been. Then they bring in a new manager who said, I want to wait till the summer because I play 3-4-3 and these players don't suit my system. It's now or never. Bring him in. Obviously, these players are shit in a system they know. They're slightly shitter in a system they don't know. Get to January, give him some fucking players. They give him a left wing back from Lecce. And sell another 2 attackers. Just what are we doing? How is this fan base accepting this? I don't even understand. Well, they've got games called off with protests for the Glazers. But
I don't know how they're hoping for any better. Like you say, all they're doing is a downward spiral, and it's just getting worse and worse.
I'm fed up.
I mean, if you were to honestly, so this is where I was alluding to with what I said about INEOS and what have they actually got United's best intentions at heart? Because I don't understand how you could, like you've just said, you're selling offensive players, whether they're shit or not. Well, you're not selling them, you're shifting them out on loan and you're paying them to play somewhere else, which is even more of a piss take. You are not replacing them. You're freeing up space in the squad. You are not replacing them, and the only player you have bought in is a fullback, well, a wing back. I don't know how. What if you asked INEOS, what do you expect from the rest of the season, or what do you think is acceptable? Because I tell you what, from what they've given Amorim, and like you said, we'll get into him in a minute, because he isn't blameless. However, what they have given him, the tools they've given him to work with, to be fair, the squad is not much different to where they are in the league. I don't think many managers are going to come in, and no one's going to get you in. Say if you went and got Klopp, he's not going to come in and you get 4. You're shit. The players are shit. They are a very low, limited ability players. And your best players are these potential merchants, your Garnachos, your Hoylands, who ultimately are shit players, but fans keep bailing the ownership out by being happy with their potential. No, go to the fucking... I tell you what you should do, like you said, you should put it on INEOS or put it on whoever got these players in and say, no, they're shit, they're not at the level, we need fucking better. And you might actually end up with a £70 million winger who's fucking good.
Yeah, no, Christian, that's fantastically put. And I really want to just go piggyback on the back of your comments there. And I want to talk about the Garnacho sort of option to sell him. And we could have sold him for 50 million, I think, to Napoli, £40 million. And fans of this fucking fantastic club said, we should keep Garnacho because he's from the academy. Or, no, even better, no, we want 70 million. Yeah, just FYI, the only team stupid enough to spend 70 million on Garnacho is fucking the club that owns him. Because we're the only team that would pay 70 million for a winger who can't dribble, cross or shoot is United. Well, who would have thought we actually have the option to sell him for 40 million? And by the way, that 40 million is worth 3 times the amount for PSR rules. So 3 times 40 is 120 million. Right, so we could have got 2 60 million wingers if we'd have sold Garnacho to Napoli. And a lot of this fan base said, no, we don't want to. And INEOS went, yeah. There's no pressure on us then, is there? Because we'll just say, we've kept the academy player Garnacho. The fan base are happy.
Yeah.
And we don't have to invest 120 million in January and give Amorim some tools and give the fans some actual enjoyment. And you know what? Fuck the fans. Because the fans are the ones that are crying about how shit we are the same ones that went, don't sell Garnacho, it's against our ethics.
Right.
It's not against our fucking ethics at all. He's shit. Napoli should never be offering 40 million. Forget fucking... Look, even Chelsea, even them idiots Chelsea, looked at it and was like, there's no fucking way we're offering any money for this guy, because Amorim gave him a few cameos in January. Or it's like, oh, start playing Garnacho. Maybe was it putting him in the shop window or what? Because they put him in the shop window, and even the most retarded club in the fucking league went, we're not paying 50 million for him. He can't fucking beat a man. He can't cross. He can't shoot. Oh, but the fucking top Reds. Oh, fucking let's keep him. Let's keep him. Yeah. Well, I tell you what. Everybody that wanted to keep Garnacho, I want you to watch every single game till the end of the season now. I don't want you to whinge 1 minute till the end of the season. Every time he loses it, every time he can't take his man on, and every single shot he skies over because he's not Robin. No excuses. Fans like me, who have a fucking pair of eyes, know how shit he is. I have to sit there on Sunday and watch Chris Richards, the mighty Chris Richards from America, pocket him. Nobody's even heard of this fucking right back. Oh, fucking stroll in the park, this.
Yeah.
Fucking
at the end of the day,
and I have to sit through this till the end of the season now.
Yeah, no, you're so right. And at the end of the day, you could have had that money in the bank right now, or you could have even spent it straight away if you could have shifted him. You could have got For the money, the PSR ruling, you could have ended up with Marmoush and Semenyo, realistically. I honestly think you could have probably gone... You could have probably gone to Bournemouth and said 80 million. I'm not saying he's worth that, but I'm saying no United fan would then watch Semenyo and be like, oh, I wish we had Garnacho back. No, you fucking wouldn't.
Yeah. No, Christian, we'll do it on the next pod. I want on the next pod, plan this, because it's FA Cup weekend this weekend. Next week, I want to go through every single team in the Prem, and I want to look at their left winger, and I want to debate, and I want to look at their left winger on the bench. I want to look at their backup wingers, and I want to compare him to Garnacho. This potential. Oh, his potential. He's not. He's 20 and he's shit. Potential. If I hear this fucking word one more time, potential. The lad at Bournemouth, the centre half, is he 17? Hudson. I can't remember the guy's name. Is he Danish? 17, balling out in the Prem every single week. He's potential. Yeah. He's potentially world class, and there's a reason Bournemouth are 7th and absolutely flying.
Yeah,
potential is an unknown 20-year-old from fucking Lille that you spend 60 million on because Madrid were flirting with him. That's not potential. No fucker can. It's nonsensical. You don't know if Lenny Yoro's going to be good.
You know my opinions on this. Since when did potential stop being what we saw with our eyes to just because he's 20, we say he's potential? Well, in that to that metric, then is every player in every single team in Europe that's under the age of 21 potentially good. Well, they might also be potentially fucking terrible.
Well, that's the only thing in this club. Yeah, they are potential. They're just potentially shitter than we think. That's the only potential in this club.
Well, that's what they keep doing, though, isn't it? United, they keep getting these new potentials that are worse than the previous ones.
No,
and then everyone. This is the thing, though, Alex. They'll peddle these. This is where these fans, and we've got a fair few of them. I know all clubs have, and they'll peddle an agenda on a player that they just fucking fancy for whatever reason. Yours is going to be Garnacho, right? Ours is Doku at times. But then the moment we shift them on, right, so I can only compare this to City because we've brought someone new in. So if we shift Doku out the way, like by summer we've never heard of him again and he gets fucking sent back to France or wherever, and then Marmoush is balling, they'll all recreate a new fan account with fucking Marmoush's head on the thing. They're so fickle. But the thing is, they don't realise how damaging their opinions is to the club. Do you not think INEOS know exactly how to please this fan base? They knew that keeping Garnacho was the easiest thing to do for them. And they also knew it pleased the majority of your fucking idiot fan base. So they killed two birds with one stone and it created less work for themselves.
100%, mate. You also hit the nail on the head. Just on the potential thing, my new favourite one is we need to sign a striker, an experienced striker for Højlund to learn off. This isn't a master's degree in accountancy. This is Premier League football. So what we're thinking, we need to sign Benzema or Lewandowski, bring him in and teach Højlund how to control the football. I'm sorry.
Since when did they apply? And since when did they apply for that role? What you think you're going to bring in Benzema and he thinks he's coming in like a tutorial role?
A load of fucking bollocks.
I've never heard anything like it, lad. It's people who play too much fucking FIFA, mate.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what, while we're at it, let's bring Nani and he can coach Garnacho. We'll put him in the tutor hall at Salford Uni and then fucking put on a screen how to take a man on. He can't do it. He ain't got the fucking minerals. He's no centre of gravity. He lacks balance and he lacks pace. That's why he can't take a man on. You can sit him down with Ryan Giggs and rob him for fucking 3 weeks straight. Alejandro Garnacho can't take people on. Stop with this bullshit. Van Nistelrooy was the coach at United for the first fucking 3 months of the season. Højlund didn't start finishing then, did he? Van Nistelrooy was one of the best nines ever. We've got... Well, I'm sorry, no, he's 22. Is he good or is he shit?
Yeah.
Well, this is a fucking apprenticeship.
It's insane, and with United, it's just mad because they keep getting away with it, and I think the fans need to start understanding.
What did I say to you, Christian? We did a watch-along against Southampton, and obviously, other than nearly having a heart attack, I said to you, Napoli have offered money for Garnacho, and if we get it, we can legally, PSR rules, spend 3 times that amount.
Yeah.
And okay, what was that? Maybe early Jan, maybe first week of Jan, second week of Jan, I can't even remember. And this is exactly what you said. INEOS didn't accept the money. because the fan base said it goes against the principles of Man United selling an academy prospect at 20 years old. You know what else that did? Saved INEOS investing 120 million.
Of course it is. Yeah.
So they win. Up the fans. Well, the irony is here. The fans are now going to start going, "This is shit. It's shit. We're fucking rubbish." Yeah, well, let's just go back 3 weeks when we could have invested over 100 million if you'd have shipped one of the most average wingers in the Prem for 40 million.
It's mental. It is just completely nonsensical.
Speaking of potential, did you see Lenny Yoro lost another aerial battle?
Yeah, well, obviously I didn't watch the full match. I mean, I saw he didn't have the best game of his life. So
another one that nobody watched until fucking 2 weeks ago. Another potential. Oh, it's fucking Lenny. Oh, this is it. He'll lose every duel from now till the end of the season, but because he's 19, apparently he's going to be amazing. Fucking bollocks, mate.
They all feed into it. They all feed into it, Alex. Though it's the same. I was watching you against Rangers, and the amount of bollocks the commentary team were talking. They would again mention Yoro with potential. Ali McCoist has seen fuck all of Lenny Yoro, but he's just out there going. He's got huge potential. Ali McCoist, how many times have you watched Lenny Yoro play fucking football?
Yeah,
because he's barely kicked a ball for United, and I'm guaranteeing you didn't watch him. Where did you get him from, Lille?
Yeah.
I'm guaranteeing you didn't watch him there. So, mate, they're all the fucking same. All the dickhead pundits. They just base opinions on, he's young and a load of money was paid for him. Well, yeah, but what about you're trusting these guys to have done their due diligence, who have bought the same players, such as Xerxes, Højlund. So, if anything, I trust them to have made another fucking big mistake, because that's what they've shown us in the past, that they're very good at.
Yeah. Oh, no, top Reds are sitting there. They're not bothered. They're not bothered because he's only 19, so if he's getting rinsed by Palace and Southampton, that's okay. Well, let's go and watch the lad at Bournemouth. I feel really bad that I don't know his name because he's been amazing, and I watched him the other week, and he was man of the match, and he was class at Old Trafford. I think he's 17 or 18, isn't he? I'm going to have to pull his name up now. Sorry,
go and check it, yeah.
Really bad podcasting, but the guy deserves a shout-out because he's been amazing. And it's just because we're on the subject of potential. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true potential, based on performances that he's put in this year rather than a fucking price tag inflated by an idiotic club.
Yeah, I know, mate, exactly.
And I put both of us in that category, by the way, City and United. We've turned into it, so...
It is Bournemouth, isn't it? Bournemouth centre-half. What's his bloody name? Dean Huijsen.
Right.
Yeah. Let me just see how old he is. He was born in 2005. He's 19. He's the same age as Lenny Yoro.
Yeah.
And he's been class. He's potential because he's potentially going to get better than the already class player that he is. We're watching, apparently Lenny Yoro's 19, so it don't matter that he's getting rinsed.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently, because he's 19, so he's automatically going to be world class. It's fucking bollocks. Just sick of it, mate. I'm sick of the recruitment. I'm sick of the fan base. I'm sick of the owners. Just sick of it.
It's rough because the fans, like you said, it's the same fans that are bitching, that will be bitching in the coming games, that you look shit. But it's the same fans that wanted the likes of Garnacho to stay. So they don't realise how detrimental they are to the club actually going forward and doing something. Do they not realise they need to get rid of shit to bring better in? And at the end of the day, because of the PSR rules, it allowed you to do that.
Oh, Christian, well, it seems obvious to me and you, but clearly not. And it seems unfair that people like me have got to sit here and watch shit after shit every week and just hope that Amad Diallo does the odd good thing every other game and we get enough points to stay in the Prem. Fuck them. Honestly, they deserve relegation. And these fans who wanted to keep Garnacho deserve relegation. These owners deserve relegation. These players do. So you know what? It's a shame that we're probably, however many points we are clear. It's a shame because seriously, a lot of people around this club deserve it because they've no idea. They've no idea how to run a club. We've lost touch. I've seen it. You see it where these strikers haven't scored for 13 games. We're fucking Man United.
Alex, all you need to do as well is anyone that thinks this is the blueprint for success, you need to go and look at the most successful clubs of all time. So I'll start with Real Madrid. Now, do
Yeah.
you think they follow a blueprint of success by, I'll give you an example, Asensio. So he came through the ranks. He's their boy, maybe their fucking star boy, a common thing we get touted over this country. Now, they obviously realised he wasn't at the level. They ship him on. They're not bothered. They will do this all the time. Madrid have no love affair with players. Mate, they will ship him on if they have a bad year. They do not give a shit. And obviously, we have seen this is the correct blueprint for success because it fucking works. They've won more trophies than everyone else.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day,
all the time,
City, like you made a point before, mate, and you said about how we've won all these trophies. We've been the same. We have been ruthless. If you want to go. Fuck off. Sterling, you don't want to be here? Gone. Sané, you don't want to be here? Gone. No worries. However, we have recently slipped, but again, it leans more to my point. Don't go away from what has made you successful. It keeps all the players that are currently there at a high level.
That's the thing, mate. And I just, this is what we're so far detached from the good old days. I mean, they probably can't even remember it. Some of these might not even be born. I am really interested in anybody that loves this academy prospect fucking potential shit. I just want to ask them that in 2009 when we was going for all 4 trophies, or at least the Champions League and the Prem, would they have been starting Federico Macedo over Wayne Rooney because he was from the academy, or were they happy with Rooney starting?
Yeah.
Did you want to bring Chris Eagles in for Cristiano Ronaldo in 2007? Because he's from the academy, Ronaldo's from Lisbon. No, you didn't. Why? Because Chris Eagles was shit.
Yeah.
Well, let's bring Luke Chadwick in as well. He was from the academy. No, these same people, like you said, want to bring Welbeck back now. Fucking hell. Let's bring fucking Giggs back while we're at it. Jesus fucking Christ. I just give up, mate. And I'm just so angry that this season it's just over. Because I was hoping for a bit of a Europa League run, and now there's no way. They can't score goals and they keep conceding.
United, honestly, United's transfer policy, the way the club has been run, and since post-Fergie, you have been like, have you seen that thing that they used to have in all McDonald's where you put a coin in and it just spirals and goes lower and lower until it eventually drops? And honestly, that is United post-Fergie. You have gone in circles, fucking endlessly. You've swapped shitter for shitter. You're just going lower and lower, and eventually something is going to give. And I tell you what, looking at when you have the teams that are around you, Palace come to your ground and they look better, and they beat you because they are better. So
Southampton should have beat us.
Yeah, mate, Southampton. They could break the Premier League record for the fucking worst points.
Yeah. Christian, they could lose every single game.
I tell you what, it's madness. Even looking at it from an opposition fan, I don't know how United, like the people in place higher up at that club, have got away with it for as long as they have.
It's just a joke, mate. I was thinking this the other day, and I thought it really strongly after the PSG City game, the first time we watched João Neves, who PSG signed in the summer. Why are United always facilitating a better move for every other club? Yeah. Smaller clubs, by the way. So, you want João Neves, who's going to be one of the best box-to-box midfielders in Europe. We'll take Ugarte off your hands and have him fouling every fucker every single 5 minutes in the Prem. Real Madrid, you want Tchouaméni and Bellingham? Come here, Casemiro, and they're 70 mil. You go and treat yourselves, boys. We'll have fucking all OAPs on the bench for 300 grand a week. Why is it? What are we doing? Why do we think they want João Neves? Go. Why are we not getting João Neves? Why are we going getting fucking Ugarte, who just fouls everyone all game? Are we not thinking PSG is selling a 25-year-old centre mid and buying one from Benfica? Are we, as the penny not dropped, that maybe the guy they're going getting is better than the one they're selling? And we're talking about Paris Saint-Germain here, Christian. We're not talking about Real Madrid or even Barcelona. We're talking about a B-tier club.
Yeah,
and we're taking their shit. You push all your shit to us, we'll pay mega fucking money for it, and you go and improve. That's all we're doing as a club.
Just your opinion on this as well, Alex. Do you think United as a club are more opportunistic with their signings rather than progressive and they actually scout them? It just seems that Ugarte, it seems like United go into a transfer window and they go, right, we need a midfielder, we need a winger, we need a striker. And instead of instead of like 3 months before the transfer window, they have all their targets in mind and then they'll go and negotiate. United get to the window and they go, right, we want these positions. Let's go and see who's available. That's not the right way to do it.
No, Christian,
What you're meant to do, if you had any fucking intelligence, you'd actually have players in mind.
It is hilarious how they always seem to end up signing the Twitter rumours from the United fan base. It was Ugarte all summer. Who do we go and get? Ugarte.
Yeah.
Well, hang on a minute. These knobs off Twitter with fucking, Garnacho season as their Twitter handle. Have we not got better people suited for it when they go, Ugarte's going to bring this? I remember some fucking pleb on Twitter was talking about what Onana's going to bring. He can't even fucking catch the ball or come off his line. Fucking divs. This club is, honestly, a part of me thinks it is run by some of these twats on Twitter. Who's fucking the recruitment? Is it Garnacho season and fucking Hoyland Cooks?
Goldbridge, the sporting director.
Goldbridge? Oh, he's a fucking melon, isn't he? But, yeah, I just, honestly, it does make me sad because, part of me just thinks, you know what? A lot of this fan base were happy with this bullshit. They can sit there and watch this till the end of the season. But I actually love this club, and I always will. And it fucking pains me to sit here and watch it crumble every year.
Yeah.
It's like, actually, I was sat there and I was watching Chris Richards own Garnacho for 90 minutes. And I think back through January and all we want 70, we're not selling, we don't sell academy prospects. And I'm just going to be sat there for the rest of this season watching a bang average left winger lose the ball continuously for my team because the top Reds said, nah, we don't want 40 mil. And INEOS were like, fucking damn right you don't want 40 mil because we don't want to invest 100. Fucking idiots.
United as a club, post-Fergie, seem to run the club aligned with top Reds fucking consensus. So whatever they seem to want, it gets the signings you make, like you said, you make very like the Twitter rumours come true, like the Pogbas. You've been doing this for a long fucking time. Yeah, and United, I just don't I don't know, look, where it ends for you guys because currently this season it's worrying. Where do you think, in terms of, we spoke a bit ago and I said, what's your best hopes? I mean, I'll ask you again and I can tell you might have gone a bit, I don't know.
Martinez has Martinez has torn his ACL, don't you?
I didn't know that. I knew he was injured. I thought, fuck me. Jeez, I did not know.
So Martinez has torn his ACL. Not that he was playing amazing, but still, he was one of our better ball. I mean, Christ will suffer creatively because of Martinez, because he was actually bringing something offensively and he can break the lines with passes. So forget that, he's gone.
His injury problem since joining
United. So are we on 29 points? Does that ring a bell to you? 29 points are we on now? In fact, I want to get this right because I'm gonna tell you what I think is going to happen. I don't know. I can't tell you positionally because I don't know what the teams around us are going to do. We are on 29 points right now with a -6 goal difference with 14 games to go. 14 games to go. United will finish with 40 or less points this season. I'm telling you right now.
That is dangerously low.
You can go down on 40 points, mate. And I mean, looking at the fact I'm even looking at the relegation.
Dare I say it? Do you think there's a world in which this United team could potentially go down?
I think if they hadn't have got... Look, you can't play ifs and buts, can you? But I'm just saying, in a couple... Say, a couple of these scabby wins. Let's say the Southampton and Fulham. We got 6 points out of them. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I think we will probably survive by 6-ish points this season. Yeah, I don't think we'll get more than 40 points. We'll come back to this in 14 games time. 14 games left, 11 points to get to 40. I think we'll probably just about do that. And yeah, I mean, Leicester are on 17, Ipswich are on 16, so we're 12 points clear of them. So, but I wouldn't rule it out. So if you think, you think 13th is bad, I think we will come 16th.
Yeah.
Clip it. I think we'll come 16th with 40 or less points this season. And below us will be Wolves, Leicester, Ipswich and Southampton.
Just a quick one. Where do you think that leaves Amorim? Do you think... Do you think his position could be...
No, let's do Amorim, yeah. let's go on to Amorim. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I mean, I think he'll probably stay unless they get relegated. I think Amorim is. I think now he is not changing things tactically because he doesn't want to be proven wrong, and it's just pathetic, really. And
Yeah.
I've supported Amorim, and there's a percentage of me that will continue to support him. But being a manager, if I sit there, I had to sit there and watch Sir Alex Ferguson change tactics and formations during his tenure to win the big trophies. I have to see Pep Guardiola change formations and change tactics to win trebles. And I'm sorry, you think you're immune from that
Yeah.
because you had a bit of success in Portugal.
It's
I'm sorry,
arrogant.
mate. I'm sorry, mate. Yeah, you might think 3-4-3 is the best system. Well, yeah, Sir Alex Ferguson thought 4-4-2 was, but it took him about, I don't know, what, maybe a few games when Mourinho came in and he was blitzing the league 4-3-3 and Fergie went, "Nah, I've got to fucking change this." Pep Guardiola was getting hammered in away legs in the Champions League, couldn't win it, could not get over the line. I'm going to play Stones and Rodri in centre mid, and I'm going to get through. I'm going to limp through, even if I win the final 1-0. I don't give a shit. What did you do? You won the final 1-0. You win the treble. But we've got a guy from Portugal who thinks he can come in and not have to change anything, and he thinks he's immune from that. I'm sorry, mate. You've lost nearly every single home game since you've come in. He's lost. I think he's lost 5 home games in 7, and you've not changed formation once. It's a fucking joke, honestly.
Yeah,
I
it's a
mean, he said
strange
it
thing
all.
to have. Mate, I said this as soon as he came in, and all this stuff was coming out about him that he was so stringent that he would not change it. I haven't got any other ideas. These are his own words. He's been saying these things. I haven't got another way to play. I mean, I tell you what, if you've hired him, you're worried because you're thinking, well, if you look at the best managers in history, like you just said yourself, they are the most flexible
Yeah.
managers. And I'm not talking like they're flexible as in they might change from season to season. They'll change from half to half.
You're right, mate.
So,
Yeah, and that's the best example. I don't even need to research it. I'll just pick the 2 best managers of all time and just give you two examples.
yeah, why
And it's not
forward?
even that. Let's go to 2008 when Fergie was desperate for another Champions League. He only ever won one before that in '99, and 2008 Fergie's fucking desperate to get one. And he plays, and he's sort of realising the Ronaldo not going to track back situation. So I'm now going to play Hargreaves at right back, and I'm going to sort of use that as my extra cover for Ronaldo in the midfield. And we've got a guy going, I'm playing 3 centre-backs every minute of every game and 2 fucking full-backs who can't attack.
Yeah.
Or is Patrick Dorgu going to really change your fortunes? I know Dallow's a fucking div, but come on, man. Look, if he gets, what I will say is on Amorim, if he gets sacked without continuing the way he's going, if he gets sacked, he can have no complaints. And I'm saying that from, what I think of this squad and these players. I fucking hate them. I want them all to go, pretty much, barring a couple.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, if Amorim does nothing and doesn't sort of change anything, any approach, he can have no complaints if he gets sacked, because it's arrogant, it's stupid, it's ignorant, and you're disrespecting everybody else, and you think that one formation beats every team in the league, because like I said, Palace lined up. Eze was on the bench. I don't know if you know that. Eze was on the bench for some reason. I don't know if he's been injured or whatever. Eze came on, so they didn't even start the best player, and they lined up 3-4-3 Palace. Well, what happens when you line up against somebody else who play 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1? Are you just going to keep playing the same system?
Yeah.
Or do you think that maybe, let's not line up 3-4-3 against Palace because maybe we can hurt them offsetting a different system? No.
I mean, mate, all you need to look at is history has told us managers who have been very strict with their ideas and their policies around formations don't have a great longevity. They don't stay at clubs very long. I mean, if you look at Tuchel would be a good example. Conte would be another one. Yeah. Mourinho has flirted in and out. I'd give him the benefit of the doubt because he has actually moved formations. But if you look at a lot of managers that are very strict with it, they don't stay at clubs a long time. So if Amorim hopes, say potentially Amorim's system came in and you were licking everyone, right? If he was genuinely that naive to think this is going to work for the next 20 years and I'll be the next Alex Ferguson here, mate,
Yeah.
you're very, very, very wrong.
You're
So,
right, mate. Mate, it goes in cycles, and teams now, they were talking about in the overlap. I don't know if you watched the latest one. There was a guy on there. I don't know if he's an analyst or something, but they kept going into. He was sat with the fans, but he was
yeah,
talking about analytics, and he was going. The Premier League now has gone more direct than ever with
yeah.
athletic players all over the pitch, and it is about getting it forward a lot quicker. You
Mm.
still are playing out from the back, some teams, but he said he must have the data, and he's like, look, teams are going way more direct now. And you see it with Mateta, you see the big fucking strikers all over the
It's
place.
working.
Haaland is a fucking beastie striker, and it's like Nicholas Jackson. Teams now are looking at it going, well, okay, not route one exactly, but it's we want to play through the lines quicker. We don't want to be taking 5, 6, 7 passes in our own half. And this is how football can go. It's just naivety, and it's pathetic, to be honest. It's actually really affecting my judgment of the guy, and I like him, and I like his charisma, and I like his media work.
Yeah,
But
there's a lot of good
like
qualities.
I don't like his stubbornness, and like I said, if he gets potted, honestly, mate, I'm being serious, right? If we got relegated, and in a way, so many people deserve it linked to this club. The Glazers deserve it the most, I would say.
Yeah.
INEOS deserve it. And if Amorim does not change anything and continues to lose continuously, Amorim deserves it. And the players do, because they're fucking useless anyway.
And the fans
And
that backed the
some of the
dampness
fans
around
who,
INEOS and Glazers, they deserve it. But there is an unfortunate bunch, like yourself, who ultimately would be punished for the nonsense that your club
I'd
has
have to sit
out.
there and watch a team that spent 600 million in 3 years get relegated, and that is my own club, and I've never ever I would never get over the embarrassment of it. But I'm just separating myself from that. The parties that I've just listed, they
Oh, there's
deserve it.
no sympathy for them.
Elements of
At
them
all.
deserve it, and the financial ruin that this club would be in if they went down. We're already in financial ruin, but so yeah, look, probably isn't going to happen. The fact we're even talking about it is just a disgrace, really,
Yeah.
and says everything about this club. And I reckon in 2 years' time, when we look back on our pods, we're going to laugh that in February 2025, we were talking about relegation as a genuine possibility. You know what I mean?
You'll be hoping so, or we'll be looking at it that United are in the fucking playoffs and they're
Yeah.
hoping to scrape past Blackburn.
That's the thing, innit? We'd be spending 300 million in the Championship and scraping playoffs.
And Amorim will still be saying, I only have one idea.
Yeah. Amorim will still be playing 3-4-3. Hoyland will still need service, and Joshua Zirkzee can't pass to a fucking red shirt.
Oh, mate, honestly.
But yeah.
What's moving on from that, mate? What's your thoughts on the FA Cup? You play on
We've got
Friday,
FA
don't
Cup,
you?
haven't we? Yeah, that's it. Don't know when we're going to be back on here. Maybe we might have a little topic or two before the Friday game. But
Yeah.
we've been awful at home, Christian. I think there's a real
Is that where it
issue.
is? You're at home against
We're
Leicester?
at home on Friday night against Ruud van Nistelrooy's Leicester. It already feels like you can write the
Yeah, it
headline, doesn't
stinks, doesn't it?
it?
Shoots out.
We've been okay away from home because, like, I do think that they play more calmly. I think at home they are nervous. I think they feel they have to attack, and they're struggling with it, and they can't do it under this system. Weirdly, in this system away from home, they look okay because it's a bit more negative.
Yeah.
Like when they
I
went
actually fully agree with this.
when they went to City and had 50% of the ball, and I was like, fucking hell, are we actually seeing something here? And it's because 50% of the ball, they're just grateful to have 50% of the ball. At Old Trafford, Amorim's probably getting into him. You need to go out there. We need to attack, front foot pressing, and they're getting murdered.
But Alex, from what you've just said, right, I never looked at it from that point of view, and I tell you what, you bang on. But what does that tell you deeper? Like the deeper issues with what you've just said.
Yeah.
What bottle job softy tops are putting these United shirts on that are saying we are more comfortable playing away from home because ultimately the majority of the people in the stadium are against us and will support us on the back foot. And we won't be slated. But at home, we've obviously got to come out and prove ourselves. And we don't like that because ultimately we're not good enough to do it. That is, God, that is worrying.
Listen, mate, these players, the shirt wears heavy. These are collapsing under the pressure. I feel sorry for Patrick Dorgu. I feel sorry for Lenny Yoro, and I know that kind of goes against it. I just feel sorry for these guys that they are probably subject to this complete circus of a football club, and they're probably in positions they never should have been in.
Yeah.
Even you could even extend that to Rasmus Højlund. The guy's not that good at football.
Well, I think United, yeah, it's a good point you make, because I think United signings now seem to crumble within the. It's like the
They're not very
famous thing
good,
you
mate.
said. You said we could sign Messi and he'd be
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I
I
think
mean, look, I mean, look, you like to think people would be thick-skinned, but I mean, if they went and paid 60 million for me, I'm
yeah.
35 and can't fucking run anymore. I'm sure they would be pissed off with me, but I would just lap the wages up anyway. Fuck them. But I'm saying though, I know I'd be useless. Saying that, I probably got a better touch than Hoyland. You've seen me play.
Well, to be fair, mate, with the bar of Hoyland, I don't.
Yeah.
I think like you say, most Sunday League players. So
Yeah. Do you think your 35-year-old brother, with a recovering from an ACL operation a few years ago, has a better touch than Hoyland and is a better passer than Xerxes?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Even though they're
I'm not even
awful.
gassing you up. Is my genuine opinion. Yeah.
Even though they're awful, that has cheered me up. So thank you for that. That's probably the best
No worries,
footballing
mate.
compliment.
Yeah, we'll
That's the
leave it
best
there. Keep you
compliment.
happy.
That's the best footballing compliment I've had in 9 years. So I appreciate that one. Yeah, probably a good place to wrap it. Crocked me being better than our strike force, our 100 million strike force. Oh God, it's fucking
Yeah,
mate. Yeah, I've got to laugh or I'll cry. But yeah, okay. Well, thanks for that. I would say I feel better, but I don't.
yeah.
I
Oh,
just want to put it out
God.
there. It's so miserable at the minute. City lost 5-1 on Sunday, and it didn't even cheer me up. I weren't even happy. I wasn't. I
I
didn't.
know,
I was
Alex.
actually.
But the weird thing is, I had a similar thing when I saw you lose, and I was like, I'm not laughing
No.
yet, because I thought I know what's coming with our idiots. I knew
Oh yeah.
Armageddon was about to hit.
Oh God.
So
You could have lost. You could have lost 10-0 to Arsenal, and it still wouldn't have cheered me up. Well, it's that miserable. Honestly, it's like a fucking shitty fucking jigsaw puzzle. That's all we are. Stubborn manager, shit owners, shit players, dumb fans,
yeah, I wouldn't disagree.
and a shit left winger who looks like I won't say it. Oh, mate, let's wrap it.
Yeah, man. No worries. Well, thanks for
Okay,
listening,
so
Rob. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Our
yeah,
therapy, our public therapy session.
that's it. Yeah. So when we're both dumped out the FA Cup, you might hear from us again, and we'll be jumping on with Christian to see how many goals Real Madrid are going to score. So no, with all seriousness, we'll be on. I reckon we'll be on before the weekend. We'll try and do a little. We'll find a little segment for you all.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, or maybe a watch along if you're all lucky. Right. Thanks for joining us, Christian. Appreciate it. Cheers, guys.
Bye, man.
See ya.